Hi, I'm Paige, God's brown-eyed girl, and this is Lola. And the other two walking around are Metallica and Trooper. And they're my mom's dogs, and she's in Texas, so there's a little separation anxiety going on, so please ignore them. But anyways, welcome to my channel, and I'm going to be talking about 3 books today. The first is Human Acts by Han Kang. And this is a fiction literary about the student uprising in Gwangju, South Korea, May of 1980. Now, even though the book is fiction, the student uprising was a real event. And after reading this book, I do want to find out more about the student uprising. But in the book, it starts with Dong Ho, and the following chapters are interlaced with his story in some way. Now, this is extremely graphic. It has all the content warnings you can imagine: torture, assault, child death, all of it. So if you're sensitive to any of these, I wouldn't recommend this for you. And I did give it a 4-star, and I would put the Goodreads rating up on the screen. But it is a good book, and if you can read more heavier books, then please read this book. The next book is I've Seen the End of You, a neurosurgeon's look at faith, doubt, and things we think we know, by W. Lee Warren. And this is basically Dr. Warren's story of trying to figure out doubt and keeping faith and hope and praying, and also telling his patients the same thing when he knows they're 100% fatal. And he's also dealing with the fact that he is a Christian, and being a neurosurgeon and doctor is considered part of the scientific community, which there's the old controversy, or whatever you want to call it, where if you're a scientist, you can't believe in God, and if you're a Christian, you can't be a scientist. And I don't agree with that at all. I actually think that Christianity and science go together. I gave it a 5-star, and I like the way he explained how he dealt with it and how he came to the answer himself and his journey to it. And if you're a Christian, I highly recommend you read this book. Water. Okay. The last book is The Lost Castle by Christy Cameron. And this is the first in the Lost Castle trilogy. And the first book is 3 timelines: 1789, 1944, and present day. Ellie is in the present day, and her grandma has dementia and starts talking about the Sleeping Beauty Castle in France. Of course, Ellie thinks nothing of it until she finds an old photograph of her mother and some guy in front of the castle. So she goes to France and tries to figure out the secrets of the castle and what it has to do with her grandmother. In 1944 is Ellie's grandmother's story, Viola, who is running from the Nazis and ends up in this chapel at the Sleeping Beauty Castle and gets involved with the French resistance. The last timeline is 1789, which is the French Revolution, and you have Evelyn. I think that's how you say it. And she's a noble her and her mother have gone to the Sleeping Beauty Castle because she's engaged to the Lord's son of the castle. And they're going to have her engagement announcement. It's where they first meet and all this, but the castle is attacked by the lower class, and everything goes wrong. Evelyn is knocked unconscious and wakes up in a tower that's only, there's like nothing in it. And it's 3 days later. She's alone, doesn't know what her mom is or anything. And this guy, Robert, comes in and tells her that she basically has to stay here because the people are still looking for her to kill her because she is a noble and they want to make an example out of her. Evelyn does eventually leave the tower, but she stays in the area and sleeps and all in the tower and lives there. But she's 19 and she likes politics and numbers. And being the 1700s and a woman, she's not supposed to, so she sneaks books from her father's library and listens in on conversations to learn more. And she just refuses to turn an eye to what's happening around her. And she just wants to bring color to everyone, not just the nobles. And there is an incident that she does that her family has to clean up and don't want anyone to know that she is related to that or that she's the one that is responsible for it. But I highly recommend this book. I'm going to continue the series. And even it is, I think Christy Cameron is a Christian author. But Christian or not, I highly recommend this book. It's French Revolution, World War II, and Sleeping Beauty's Castle. It doesn't get better than that. That's it for this video. Comment below if you want to read any of these books. And have a good day and God bless.